Alright guys, Daddy's got another book I found. Look who it is. It's Mr. Steve Irwin, the crocodile hunter. Alright, so in Steve Irwin the book, kids will follow him along his journey to become a wildlife expert. The crocodile hunter, as we all know him, Steve Irwin, was a conservationist, which means he worked to protect the wildlife. He is best known for his work with crocodiles. He was even known as the crocodile hunter, but Irwin actually tried to prevent crocodile hunting. He caught crocs that were in danger. And here it just kind of gives a little memorial to him. And we got a little bit of page delay. There we go. A little bit of slow internet here, guys. That's okay. We'll be fine. We're just going to wait till it slowly comes up. Okay. We all know what that is, right? A love of reptiles. Irwin's family loved animals. Uh-oh. Looks like it's going to take us here. Let's see if we can go back one more page. I think we skipped one. Anytime now. Alright, so 4 or 5. And we were on the right page. That's good. Well, you know what, guys? I hope you guys are doing good and you're learning a lot. And because Daddy thinks that this is some, really good opportunity for you to learn a lot at home. And so anyway, we're talking about the early life of Mr. Steve. Steve was born Stephen Robert Irwin, and that's why he named his son Robert. His parents were Bob and Lynn. Steve grew up in Birwa, Australia. His parents ran a wildlife park there. The park was home to kangaroos and crocodiles. Snakes and other animals also lived there. And we know what his favorite thing was, the crocodiles, right? Irwin's family loved animals. Bob was a herpetologist. Lynn cared for the hurt animals. Young Steve and his 2 sisters worked at the park. Steve loved reptiles the most. He helped his father catch the crocodiles. And there's Mr. Steve's wife right there. Look at those gigantic tortoises. The Irwin Park was called the Birwa Reptile Park. And it says, a love of reptiles. Irwin's family loved. After high school, Irwin worked at his family's park. He also worked for the Australian government. Irwin trapped problem crocodiles. Some of them lived too close to the people. Others were endangered of poachers. And poachers means that the naughty people who would sneak in and kill the alligator for kill the crocodile for their skin. Irwin sometimes videotaped his work. A television producer saw the tapes and he wanted Mr. Steve to make a TV movie. And this is his doggie. Irwin's dog, Suey, often went with him on his croc-catching trips. And we have to convince Mommy that someday we're going to get a doggie too, because we miss Captain and Molly. And there you see little Robert right there, and Mindy. Alright, Irwin movie aired in 1992. It's called The Crocodile Hunter. Meanwhile, Irwin was running the wildlife park. He was married to Terry Raines, that's his wife, on June 4th, 1992. They had 2 children, and Bindi was born in 1998. Robert was born in 2003. Oh, look at the crocodile. That's going to be Sammy right there holding the crocodile, I think. What do you think, Lincoln? You going to hold one? Alright. Viewers loved Irwin's movie, so it became a series. On the show, Irwin caught crocodiles and other animals. Irwin only caught animals that were in danger, which means they were in danger of not living, and some of them were at risk of being extinct, which means there's no more of those animals ever. He moved them to the safe areas. He warned about running animal habitats. By 1996, The Crocodile Hunter was shown around the world, and that's what you guys and I watch that all the time. That was like one of my favorite shows. Irwin worked with many different animals. Catching the crocs. That's what it says right there. Catching crocs. Steve and Terry worked together to catch crocodiles. Sometimes they set traps with nets. Irwin also wrestled crocs. First he jumped on the animal's back, then he tied the croc's jaws shut. He covered the croc's eyes. This kept it calm. Then Irwin would safely move the animal. Irwin's method for safety catching and moving crocodiles are still used to this day. Conservation warriors. Let's see, did we go too far? Let's back it up one. No, I guess not. Okay. Irwin cared all about the animals. He and Terry started the Wildlife Warriors in 2002. It works to protect animals and their habitats. And there's grown-up Indy right there. In 2004, Wildlife Warriors opened an animal hospital. It is at the Australian Zoo in Queensland, Australia. Look at that cute koala bear right there. And that's a veterinarian behind her. Irwin spent his life fighting for animals. In 2006, he was filming stingrays near Australia. A stingray stabbed Mr. Steve right in the heart. Shortly after that, he did pass away and go to heaven. But his family carries on his work. Irwin changed the way people see crocodiles and other wildlife. And there's little Bindi. And she talked about her daddy all the time and how awesome she thought he was. Alright, so more about Mr. Irwin, which is Mr. Steve as we call him. Steve Irwin first worked with crocodiles when he was 9 years old. Okay, Lincoln, so you only got a couple more years and then you can play with the alligators. Australians celebrate Steve Irwin Day each November 15th. And the Crocodile Hunter was shown in more than 100 countries. Awesome. Alright, let's see. See if we can find another book real fast. What do you say? Because we're probably going to have to see about maybe reading a snake book. I don't know. I think you guys liked that pretty good last time, didn't you? Let's see what they got. Alright, I think I would like to see if they got a King Cobra. How would that be? I think we would like that. I think Mommy would probably like a King Cobra too. What do you guys think? Right, Mommy? We know you like King Cobras. They're like your favorite one. You're not going to get grossed out if you see one as long as a truck, right? Okay. Here we go. Working on some slow internet here. That's going to be fine. We'll work it out. Alright. There we go. There we go. Ooh, look at all these cool snake books. So you guys can tell me if you want some of these other ones, and we can read those too. Anaconda, we read that one. And I think there's a rattlesnake in here too. I bet that's a good one. They have vipers out here, or Daddy is. Vipers are pretty crazy snakes. They're pretty aggressive. I actually have, when I was looking, they have like 12 snakes here, and probably 6 of them are pretty nasty ones, where they bite you and they can hurt you. And we're just having a heck of a time here with this internet. That's alright. So, what snakes do we have outside Lincoln and Sammy's house? Well, we have the copperhead, right? We have the rattlesnake. There's even a pygmy rattlesnake. And hopefully we never have to show Mommy a pygmy rattlesnake because she kind of jumps a lot of times. Even at the sound of that it could be possibly a rattlesnake. Because I think if Mommy sees a snake, even if it's a baby black snake, she thinks that must be a rattlesnake. Alright, I think I see our book. Yes. How about that? That's going to be a good one right there. That says King Cobra. Look at that face. Now the King Cobra, that's a big one. So as long as Daddy's truck is, that's how big a King Cobra can grow. And I think that one of them even measured like 40 pounds, which is what Sammy weighs. Can you believe that? 40-pound snake. That's probably one that Mommy would like to hold, I think. What do you think, Lincoln? I think she probably would. The biggest venomous snakes of all, it says. Pretty scary. Alright, bring it on. Let's see this first page. I know you're anxious too. We'll read all the way through this, and that's going to be exciting. You know it will be. Alright, so right here it says growing up to 18 feet in length. The King Cobra is the longest venomous snake in the world. Whew, 18 feet. Can you imagine looking out of Daddy's truck and there's a snake as long as that? Wow. Okay, look at that guy. Okay, it says meet the king, a huge, hungry snake that slithers across the dark forest floor. It hasn't eaten in a month, and it's ready for a meal. The deadly hunter lifts its head and silently flicks it forward with its tongue. Suddenly, it spots what it was looking for, another snake. The killer raises its body up high, ready to strike. Its victim, or the target, better watch out. This is no ordinary snake. It is a king cobra. The king cobra is the largest venomous snake. Its bite has enough venom to kill 30 people. Luckily, these creatures hardly ever bite humans. They use their venom mainly when hunting. Their favorite prey.
Meet the king. A huge, hungry snake slithers across the dark forest floor.
Look at that.
It hasn't eaten in a
Somebody
month.
else wants to read the book.
The deadly hunter lifts its head and silently flicks its forked tongue.
We hear you, lady. We appreciate that. Luckily, these creatures hardly ever bite humans. They use their venom mainly when hunting. Their favorite prey are snakes, such as pythons, rat snakes, and even other cobras. Yeah, there it is right there. It says they weigh more than 40 pounds. Jeez. That is a big snake, boys. I think if we ever get one, we should probably get the king cobra. Don't you think? Look at that. That is a gigantic head. Jeez. King cobras are good hunters because they can easily sneak up on other animals. These fierce killers live mostly in the tropic rainforest. Okay, so it's showing you right there in the tropic rainforest, which is all the way down here. All that area there. Wow. That's India and that's China, so it'd be like South China. And what is to the right? That's east, right? East India. Since their body colors blend in with the forest floor, they can often sneak on their prey without being seen. When a king cobra is ready to attack, it does something to make itself look very scary. The snake uses its special muscles to spread out its loose neck skin behind its head. This hood, which is right there, this hood makes the king cobra look even bigger than it really is. Man, I bet you that his head probably about as big as Sammy's leg. That's what I'm thinking. Alright, king cobras are... Now we just read that. Silly. Alright, snakes don't have ears on the outside of their heads. However, the bones in their jaws can feel the slight shaking of the ground caused by an animal or person moving nearby. To get the meal, the king cobra uses its good senses. How? It picks up the smell of prey through its nostrils. It uses the forked tongue to catch scents flicking in and out of the slithers along the ground. See, that's like its little nose. It's sensing you. It's like an antenna. These snakes use other sense to help them. They use their sight. During the daylight, their sharp eyes can spot a moving animal more than 300 feet away. So that's like from the back of the yard to the road. That's about the length of a football field. Man, I think Mommy would like to see that snake up close, don't you guys? Oh, now it's showing the skeleton. Look at that. It's almost like ribs. It's got a venom sac, it says right there. That's where the poison comes out of the sac right there. And it goes through a tube into the fang. And this little claw right here. That's a fang. When a king cobra uses its sense to hunt, it uses its fangs to kill. The fangs are attached to the snake's upper jaw. They are about half a centimeter long. Like the doctor's needle, they are hollow and sharp. They can easily pierce the victim's skin. What makes the fangs deadly is the venom that pumps through them. The poison is made of 2 sacs, one on each side of the snake's head. The sacs are connected to the fangs by tubes. These deadly venom shoots out of the sacs and through the tubes into the fangs. Whoop, they're showing you the black mamba down there. It says, with one bite, a king cobra pumps about 1 teaspoon, 5 mLs of venom into its victim. That's more poison than any other venomous snake is able to inject. However, the king cobra's venom is not the strongest. The mamba and the coral snake, those are the strongest. Alright, look at that. The king cobra can even swim. They have many ways to chase their prey, and these hunters either slither along the ground or they can swim in rivers or climb trees to catch meat. Once a king cobra is ready to bite its victim, it coils in the lower part of its body. It then raises its upper body off the ground about 6 feet. Whoa, that's as tall as Daddy. Spreading its hood, the giant hunter opens its mouth and flicks its tongue and strikes. And the fangs sink into the victim and the deadly venom is injected. Look at that. If the prey tries to escape, the cobra slithers after it and bites again. The venom causes the sharp pain. It makes the victim's muscles and lungs stop working, and the animal can't move or breathe. And then they get eaten. Man. Maybe we'll have to find a zoo that has one of those. I know we saw one up in Philadelphia when we saw Miss Heather. Their zoo up there had one. The king cobra doesn't wait for its prey to die. Before eating it, while the victim is still alive but paralyzed, the snake grabs the animal's head and with its teeth swallows it whole. The prey may not die until it's inside the snake's stomach. It can take 1 hour for king cobra to swallow a large victim, digesting the whole animal, including its skin and bones. This can take a week. The snake may not need to eat again for a month. Look, there's that little snake going in that guy's mouth. Whew, there's where the little tongue comes out right there. And oh man.
See this first page.
Look at those eyes, guys. Huh? There we're talking. Look at that guy. Well, that's a king cobra's defensive.
Exciting.
Yeah.
All right. So
Who wants to go see that? Daddy does. A king cobra won't usually attack unless it's hungry. However, it will defend itself if being attacked. First, it tries to frighten the enemy away. The snake raises its head and spreads its hood. It opens its mouth like a growling dog. If the enemy is not scared away, then the snake strikes. Strike with its head. It doesn't always bite. If it does, it may not use venom. It can take about 10 to 15 days to make it a poison, so it doesn't often use that venom. It says most animals are afraid of the attack of a king cobra, so they usually run away. Yeah. Man, now I really want to see one. Look at that. Look at that muscle right there. That thing can rise up 6 feet, like tall as Daddy. That's a king.
Meet the king. A huge.
While a king cobra uses its senses to hunt, it uses its fangs to kill. The fangs, remember the fangs with the teeth, that's where they bite in. Uh-oh. Went forward a little bit. That looks like a king cobra's eggs.
Ready for
maybe. Those are big eggs. Those are probably bigger than chicken eggs. Okay. But that is... Okay. Alright. I have to keep checking if I'm on the right page and didn't skip too far ahead because, like I said, the internet's a little slow, but that's okay. We're good. In the spring, the female king cobra makes a nest for her eggs. She uses her body to pile up the dead leaves and twigs, and she lays about 20 to 50 eggs. That's 20 to 50 little king cobras, Mommy. They pile the covers on them, more leaves and twigs, then she coils up on top. Sometimes the animals try to eat the king cobra's eggs. The female scares them away by rising up, spreading her hood, and growling. She sits on the nest for about 2 months. However, she leaves just before the baby snakes hatch. So just before the little babies come out, the mama leaves. That's lucky for the babies. The mother is hungry, and the snakes are her favorite food. Ooh, eat her own babies. Yeah. Good thing Mommy doesn't eat her babies. That'd be bad. Alright. Once a king cobra is ready to bite its victim, it coils the lower part of the body and raises up the upper body. Alright. Let's see, let's skip back a couple pages. Skip forward. Okay, here we go. When a baby snake is ready to hatch, it pokes out with a hole. Makes a little hole in there. Look at that. That guy's already big. And he crawls out. Each hatchling is about 1 foot long. It's like that. It's shiny and black with a white belly. It also has a bright yellow-white stripes. As soon as they are born, the hatchlings can flick their tongues, spread their hoods, and growl. They have enough venom to kill a human. In just a few days, the young snakes will be ready to hunt. Even as newborns, they already deserve the name king. Yes, they do. That would be scary. That little guy probably moves like lightning. Lightning fast.
Jeez. That's a big snake.
Alright, well, looks like we got to the end here. That's cool, though.
I think if we
It says people who are bitten by a king cobra may die within 30 minutes. That's like one of your cartoons.
King cobra.
However, these creatures try to stay away from humans. Fewer than 5 people die from king cobra bites each year.
Look at that.
A medicine called antivenom, which means against the venom. The venom is the bad stuff. Can save a person who has been bitten by a king cobra. To make the antivenom, a very small amount of the snake's venom is injected into a large animal such as a horse, the animal does not die or get sick. In fact, the body builds up defenses against the venom. Then, a small amount of the blood is taken from that animal, and the antivenom, the good stuff, is made from his blood. The medicine can be stored so that it will be ready to inject the person who gets bit by the snake. The king cobra's venom can also be used to make medicine that can help reduce the pain of people who are sick or injured. To get the venom from a king cobra, a person has to hold the snake by the back of its neck, and then the person then hooks the snake's fangs over the side of a glass so the venom drips down the glass. This is called milking the snake. See that? They got it down there, and they just push on the back of the neck, and then he actually produces the venom for them. Alright, remember that glossary we talked about? So at the end of most books that you're going to read is a glossary, and the glossary tells us some simple definitions. It tells us what the word actually means. So we got coil, which we know that means coil around the stick, wind around and round the loops. Rainforest, which is we talked about that, deep, deep trees and forests, which Daddy would like to take you guys to. Fangs, those are those teeth that the snake has that are hollow, that the venom comes out. Sacs, that's that little container back there that has all the poison in it. And the hatchling, that just means that that's a fresh new snake right out of an egg. And then strike to attack something. And then prey, we have pray to God, but it also means with a different spelling, P-R-E-Y. That means that it's going to be what a bigger animal eats. Okay, it's animals that are hunted and eaten by other animals. And then venomous just means that they produce poison. Okay? Man, that was a good book, guys. Wow. Really good book. Love it. Okay, listen. That was awesome. And Daddy, we'll keep reading you these books if you like the snake books, and there looks like we've got alligator books and lizards. So hopefully you guys will tell me which other books you want me to read. Okay. Daddy loves you. I miss you a lot, and I can't wait to talk to you.